Hi everybody and welcome back to La Capricornia with me, Priscilla Moreno. So you guys, I know you guys can hear it, but I'm definitely not feeling my best today, but I'm going to try to tough this through the best that I can. Today's going to be a little bit different. Today I actually have been getting this message. It's actually been a couple days and I know I put it out there in a reel, but I also wanted to just talk about it. So it has to do with like purging what you're feeling right now, and maybe it's because it has been hitting me a little bit strong, but it's definitely, I don't know who else has been feeling this. I don't know if it really is, the energies that are going on, but I have had things come up for me in my personal life of like, why did this happen, or like, just memories of something or something that would get me angry or sad. And and it was to that point where I was like, tearing up a little bit, like, if things had been different. And when I really thought about this again, I had that feeling of, why am I still thinking of this? Why, am I going back here? These things happened to bring me to here. These were at the time not good things, but these are things that at the long run, I needed to let go and needed to get out of my life. But it was just, so many emotions kind of coming up that it was kind of making me think like maybe I was going in a whole different direction. It was really making me doubt it just a little bit. But then once I really started seeing it as in these were just things that I had inside of me that I hadn't let go of. So I keep talking about a door that is closing, and I don't know about you guys, it is definitely happening for me. I am definitely closing a door and, literally starting a brand new life. And it's crazy. It's very crazy the way things all happened. So for anyone that knows or has noticed, the little things that I say, I have been working towards getting a house, and I've been manifesting and I've been praying and I've been doing everything that I can to get it. And I had to get over the fear of even trying to go for it, which I did. And guess what, you guys? I move in at the end of this month, which is why you're gonna see stuff behind me is a little hectic, because I'm starting to clean, starting to get stuff out and packed. So I'm super excited about that. And that for me is definitely a new beginning. It's something I've been working so hard towards. Trust me, guys, you don't even know. And to finally know like, oh my gosh, I've reached this goal, it means so much to me. And I know the messages that have been coming through, everything has just been pointing me this way. And I don't know if you have anything similar like that happening, but with this new beginning, I'm also, like I said, some stuff in the past is like, wow, like, number one, and I will be totally vulnerable in this, you guys, I'm really doing this alone. Like, not even that I want any specific relationship back, because when I think this, I'm not thinking about, oh, this person or whatever. I'm just really thinking like, oh my gosh, I am personally doing this alone. And I don't know if it's like the fear in it or what it is exactly, but it's something that I'm working through because I'm not alone, in honesty. Like, I have my kids, I have myself, and I have, amazing people here that have been very supportive and pushing me to my success. But it's definitely that feeling of, again, I guess it's just like that expectation because, again, I never thought I would be doing this on my own, even though I had been working towards it, plans from years ago as a child. I didn't plan to be a single mom. I didn't plan to, be purchasing my own home by myself. I didn't plan to be going through all the things that I'm going through, which I love. Trust me, I love it, you guys. And I don't want anyone on here to think like, oh, she's totally bashing this whole idea of independence and, women power and things like that. I'm not. Trust me, I love it. And I think that's the part that has been hard for me to understand, because I'm like, I'm so happy, but why am I feeling this way, So there's just so many things. So even that, again, it wasn't tied down to a person, because that's kind of what I guess I was thinking at first. I was like, am I like missing something? But when I really thought about this, I'm like, no, this actually goes back to like my childhood expectations, to what people tell me, to what people think is like the right path. And I actually had someone tell me recently, when I told them one of my plans, excuse me, of what I want to do, they were like, when I said, I was like, well, I'm a single person, and this is what I want to do to expand my home and my family. And they looked at me and they were like, oh, you still have time to find someone. Duh, duh. Well, yes, I know that. That's totally fine. But at this time, this is something that I want. This is something that I'm striving for. I can't wait around forever to, number one, make, my dreams come true. And number two, to make my kids' dreams come true, because my dream was always to give them a home. There was just like, again, it's expectations. It's the thought of how things should go, and really facing that and looking at it that way. It's making me, really be like, you know what? F whatever thoughts I used to have, whatever limiting belief that I had. And just, I'm literally putting all that behind me, because I'm like, you know what? It was a limiting belief, because that was keeping me in a box. Because I will totally admit, I guess was waiting for something. Even when I had, that fear of applying and going for it, it was that fear of, well, can I do this by myself? And for me, that's the way that my purging has been coming up. It can be coming up in different ways. And trust me, like I said, it can be anything. Whatever situation you're going through, definitely, go through it, look at it. Is it really, again, if it is tied to one person, okay, then like let's deal with it that way. But again, for me personally, I had to go all the way back to basically like my childhood, what I was told, what I thought was the right way, everything, and really like look at it and say like, it's okay. Like literally, it's almost kind of like looking at myself when I was younger, and basically going back and telling, like little Priscilla, it's okay. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. And telling her that she's safe and she's happy and she's making all her dreams come true way more than she would have ever, if she would have stuck around, waited, or had, stuck onto this dream that she thought was the way it was supposed to go. And it was definitely like a very sad moment for me. Even like envisioning my little self, my little me, thinking these things, and at that time, I guess, thinking I was modeling the life that I wanted at that age. So it was like a little sad and a little interesting to go through, you guys. But sometimes you need that, and really just to tell your past self that was worried and thinking of stuff like it's okay, and feel like that grief of letting her know it's okay. I know it's a very interesting way of looking at it, but that is definitely how I am working through it. And it has helped me. And if that helps anyone else, like, trust me, it's even great to envision it the same way that we envision. I think I told you guys, where you envision your future self coming back and telling you thank you. Go back. Go tell your child self thank you. Those were amazing dreams. And not that I want to crush, my child self's dreams, but thank you, because it might not have been the best path, but you're definitely doing the things that you want to do now. And I definitely wanted to, sounds weird, almost like give my little self that comfort. Sounds weird. I know, it makes sense once you start looking at it, once you start working through it. Just trust me. Okay, guys, so that's the message that I'm going to be spreading. So again, do not fear. Do not think that you have to go back to anything. Do not think that your hard work was all for nothing. Definitely keep moving forward. And I want to know what amazing things happening for you guys. Sorry. But I want to know what amazing things happening for you guys. Because like I said, for me, I'm on cloud 9 right now. I am so excited. I'm so happy. I'm even emotional, even in that aspect of just like, oh, I made it. And I know everyone has their own version of I made it. And I know as much as I'm saying I made it, I'm already gonna start going to something else next. So definitely, definitely, definitely. Okay, guys, so now I'm gonna pull your cards. This one is actually gonna be for January. I'm gonna give a quick simple message for it, just because I know I didn't give you guys the reading like I was supposed to. A lot of it did have to do because I got sick, and the traveling and everything, but I definitely do want to get it out to you guys. Okay, so your first card is the Three of Cups. So again, I really want to know what celebrations, what good things have been coming your way in January, because I do feel like this month is filled with a lot of manifesting energy, a lot of things that are actually coming true. Like what you are really asking for is really coming true. Like, you know, it's not one of those, hey, I asked for this and it's gonna take a little bit of time, or it might not be this exactly, but something similar. Like I feel like exactly what you're asking for is like coming your way, or at least that level of it, right? But I do see like a celebration. I do see like friendship, partnership. I do see like, yeah, you guys are just here hanging out, drinking, you know, like, yes, like we did this. I definitely see that. And I do see it like with other people too, celebrating. So it's not just like, you know, just you by yourself. I do feel like it's something big. If it's anything like mine's, you guys, congratulations. It could be even bigger, better. But definitely congratulations on that. I also have the 10 of Cups, which again is celebration. As you can see, there's a lot of good things coming your way. I also have this thought of it's making you think of other things. It's making you like, not distracting you, but it's also kind of bringing out something else in you. I don't know what it is exactly. Even like thinking about like my own personal situation, I don't know what it is, but I do feel like it's bringing something out, like maybe an idea. Maybe you're starting to like work towards something because you're like, hey, I'm doing this. Or maybe it's even just because you're like, okay, I made, like, kind of like I was saying, you got here, now you're kind of like getting ideas of like what else you can do, or now what you can do. Maybe you feel like this is now like, okay, we can celebrate, this is awesome, I'm taking a breather, I can do this now. So maybe this is kind of like a little stepping stone. Okay, and I have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So the Page of Pentacles in reverse, it's definitely an opportunity coming up that is presenting itself. So it's not even like it's here, like it's officially your opportunity. It's definitely yours 100%, but it's something that's presenting yourself that you're going to start working towards. So like I'm telling you, it actually, well, it's exactly kind of like I was saying. So I feel like you're celebrating, you're having all these good things coming, but it's also bringing in something else. And sometimes, you guys, it might not look like an opportunity. Maybe you should start doing it as a hobby. Maybe it's just something you're like, hey, you know what? I want to start, you know, building birdhouses just randomly, just to do it, you know, because I want to build a birdhouse for like my new home. And now, you know, your neighbor saw it or something, whatever, and then they all want one, and they all want it customized, and they want all these cool things. And, you know, you build a business out of it. And yes, I know, a little far-fetched, but I do feel like it might be something like that, something crazy, maybe something that you like, or a hobby that's going to bring an opportunity. And it doesn't have to be specifically with, you know, what good news you are having this month. But it could be, because like I said, I kind of almost feel like this happiness is also bringing in something with it. Okay, guys. So for your guided card, you do have take time to breathe, which, as you can tell, I definitely need. Take time to breathe, you guys. So again, I do feel like you're having that celebration. Things are coming, things are flowing. But even like this opportunity, I'm also not seeing you like, it's not something you have to rush into, like, oh, you have to do this now or it's gonna be gone forever. I don't see that for you. I definitely do see it as an opportunity that's presenting itself that you can work towards. So it's something like, hey, you don't have to rush to it. You can take time to breathe. And also with the take time to breathe, I also do suggest it for that celebration part of it, because if you guys are anything like me, I can be the worst person to celebrate myself because I am always like, go, 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 go. And so then, you know, sometimes when I do good, I'm like, oh no, I'm excited about it. I love it, but I need to do this now. You know what I mean? I go straight to like not, you know, go to the next level versus taking that time to be like, yes, I made it. Excuse me. I made this first level. Sorry guys, I kind of feel like coughing. It's like getting really hard to talk. So anyways, instead of just celebrating like, hey, I made this first level, I'm doing it, I'm making it, you kind of go like, okay, yay, I made it. Okay, next one. You know, you don't even take the time to like let that energy in. So I do feel like we're going into time where you are getting time to breathe, to slow down, to get there. And for your coffee oracle, you do have Pearl, which is like a hidden gem. Again, I do feel like this opportunity is going to be like a little hidden. It's not going to look like one, and you might not even be thinking like, oh, this is something I really want to be doing. Because I know I can definitely be like that, like, oh, you know, I like this, but do I really want to be doing this? Do I really want to deal with the people? Do I really want to do this and that? But I do feel like it's going to be a hidden opportunity, so keep an eye out for that, and master your skill. But that's it for this week. I am going to try to get so much better for next week, you guys, and we are going to go on to our next message. So have a great week, everybody, and a great month.